Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Yoga. Today's class is a yoga flow for posture reset. So clear your space, have water nearby. Today I'll be using the mat and a block and a strap. You could also use a hand towel or a bathrobe tie for a strap, and the block will be there to assist some of our balancing. If you don't have a block, you could also use a pillow for some of the work we do on the floor. You don't have to have one. So let's begin. You are enough, yeah? The props are helpful, but if you don't have it all today, you're enough. Let's just do some yoga. Come to the top of your mat, plant your feet. We're gonna start down with a little warm up for the hips and the low back to help ground us, but let's stretch for the stars, reach for the sky to begin. Hold on to your right wrist and take a mellow side bend up and over to the left, and then switch hands and side stretch up and over to your right. Come back to center. Bend your knees on the way down. Trail your hands down the hamstrings. So easy knees. First forward fold, super mellow. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale, push off. So you're going to open the chest up. Look forward, and then exhale, release it. Take your hands towards the floor. And then stepping back into a runner's lunge. And then to all fours. Walk yourself back towards child's pose just to drop in and ground. Stack your head, or your hands under your head if it's not on the floor. And take 3 deep breaths, sensing this soft energy across the low back, filling into the back of the lungs, into the back of the heart. Sense your shoulder blades spreading on the inhale, and the shoulder blades moving towards your hips on the exhale, away from the ears. And then gently bring yourself back up. Come onto the side, grab your strap on the way down, and come onto your side if that feels better for your body, or if it feels okay to tap into a bit of core work on the dismount, then give yourself a little rounding as you scoop down and plant your feet. Inhale, draw your right knee in toward your chest. And compact the shape. So you pull the knee in, circle out your ankle, take a deep inhale. And then either stack the right foot on top of the left thigh and take your twist here. Or if it feels good, to straighten the left leg and twist and drop across. And then allows for some rocking. So we're opening up, we're freeing up the low back, and starting to open into the chest and the shoulders. Unwinding any tension. Take a breath in through the nose and sigh it out through the mouth, long, slow. And then gently come back to center. Plant both feet. Take a moment here. Lift the hips and reset. And then allow the arms to reach out and sort of pressing anything that's in your way out, like you're doing little snow angels here. Trail the arms down by your side, pulling in, and then up and overhead, just dragging the fingertips overhead. One more time, spreading your wings. Draw the navel in towards the earth beneath you. When the arms go up, see if you can pull your shoulders down, and then come back to center. Left knee draws in towards your chest. Compact the thigh in towards you, and circle out the ankle. Circle in the other direction. And then again, you could rest the foot on the thigh and drop this connected shape over. Or if it feels better in your body, or good in your body, it may not feel better, just different. Yeah, stay interested, stay curious. Taking the leg across with the right leg straight underneath. And then there's this easy give and take. All right, a lot of our day perhaps is spent in a slouch, sort of slumped over a computer perhaps, or even driving, and the head our head gets away from us. Yes, the head is pushing forward and maybe the upper back's rounding. So our work today is not to get ahead of ourselves. Come back to the middle. Snuggle the knee in, plant both feet. Take the arms out by your side, reset your hips, just kind of swing and shift to the center. Take the arms overhead. So when we start on the back, even this gesture, this movement that we'll do standing, when the arms reach up and over for sun salutation, you can feel here what happens with the shoulders and the alignment of the skull so that your head doesn't have to move forward. If anything, press your skull back down into the floor. Reach up, let the rib cage lift, and then as you exhale, knit the rib cage closed, pull the navel in, and then slowly bring your, where'd I put my strap? I found it, behind your strap. And then take this strap, we're gonna lasso it around the right foot. So a gentle hamstring opening here to help, again, to release the low back. Posture is not just in the shoulders and the forward carriage of the skull, but from the root, from the ground up. We want to feel that we are aligned and that we're strong and connected in the lower body, corseted and braced and supported in the low belly and the low back so that we can stand tall. So as you kick the right leg straight up toward you, maybe bend and straighten if that feels better in your world here. All right, just gently. Then we're gonna take the leg out to the side. You can keep the knee bent if that feels better, or slowly unfolding. All right, we're not stretching toward anything. We're trying to drop the limbs back into the core. So if you're feeling like you're spread out, try to suck the energy back into the center. And then draw the navel in and switch the leg, take it across. So sometimes we might linger in these poses and stay a bit longer, but we're using it as a warm-up today. So we just want to switch to the right hand, turn it out, opening, anchoring through the opposite side so we're not getting overwhelmed, and then switch and take it into the left hand. Kicking the right outer hip down. One more time. So dynamically opening and closing it, centered, take it across. Again, feeling how the movement of the limbs is affecting the spiral action of the spine. Come back to the middle. Send the leg long. Take a moment here. You might even come back into that snow angel energy, taking the arms out and then coming back to center. Now the left leg pulls in, threads through, loop your strap. Again, this it's gonna be a rude awakening first thing if you're doing this first thing in the morning or after you've been sitting a lot in the day. It can feel like a lot to straighten the leg. So choose your battles. We're warming up, yeah. So take a breath back from your edge, turn the leg out. You might even keep the knee bent. Taking it out to the side. This is like warrior two on your back. We're unfolding the leg as if you were in triangle on your back. Tendency is for this side to come off the floor. So try to hollow out and pin your right hip down as much as you might. Exhale, navel pulls in, thread it across the center, and then coming to your twist. Again, as much as you might want to hang out here longer, exhale, come back through center. Your breath is your guide. Turn it out, left hand. Exhale, center. Cross it over, right hand. Good, send the outer hip down. One more time, out to the left. Scooping the inner thigh up. And crossing center with breath. Outer hip pressing down and away. Come back to the middle. Kick it toward you. Send it long, release the strap. And then stretch the arms and the legs out. And then gather back to center. Plant your feet. Inhale, lift your hips, come up into a bridge just to open up. Pin the shoulders underneath yourself, squirm it under there. Hold onto the edge of your mat, puff the chest up, inner thigh squeezing around an imaginary block. And then lowering back down, one bone at a time. Rolling off to the side. Bringing yourself to all fours. Slow and easy. Let's move the gear out of the way. And then take a gentle cat-cow here. Inhale, shrug it off. Coming through neutral, so you get that feeling of center. And then rounding, doming the upper back and shoulders. Inhale, glide the scapula down. And hollow out and round, curving the spine. Maybe even wag your tail for the next one. And exhale, release and round. Settle back into child's pose and notice what's already shifting. And take a deep breath in. And sigh it out. And then slowly bring yourself into your first downward facing dog. So we'll measure this by coming to plank, feeling like your shoulders are directly over your wrists, curling the toes under. Just pick the knees up off the floor for an inch and find neutral. So you're not trying to send the tail up or tuck it under, but somewhere in the middle. You're pulling the heels of the hands towards the heels of the feet and kicking the feet towards you as well. Then exhale, pike the hips up from here. Measuring your down dog, come back to full plank with strong, long legs, kicking the thigh bones towards the sky, and then pike back into downward facing dog. So strong in the core, plugging the limbs back into the center, plank one more time, and then pike it on up. Let's walk your feet in some, and then tread it out gently. And as you're treading, start to walk your feet out toward the edges and outside your mat edge. So now it's wide. We're going to walk the hands back, put a micro bend in your knees, walk the hands back, take an inhale, lengthen. So I'm going to put my fingertips. If you need to build the floor up to meet you, you can also put the block under your hands here. Inhale, we'll keep the left fingertips on the floor or the block. Bend your knees, and then reach the right arm out to the side and then up to the sky. Rotate the chest, so it's a twist. But you're trying to find it in the upper back and shoulders, meanwhile keeping the hips pretty level. And you may not sense that until you take them off center and then plug them back into center. Inhale, reach the arm up. Exhale, reset through the middle, opposite side. So again, you're gonna reach the arm out to the side, plug it in first. And then as you start to turn and open, notice, did your hips go with you? Maybe put your hand on your low back and try to center and level off the pelvis. And then create the rotation from your rib cage, not your low back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, rotate, pull the belly in. Take your gaze maybe straight out in front or up towards the thumb. And then square off, come back to the middle. Bow, take your hands to your thighs, inhale, come up halfway, so find the flat back, pull the navel in, and then push off your thighs and come to standing. As you come to step your feet back in, let's come to the top of the mat and plant your feet Tadasana. So that same sort of energy of reaching up and coming back down here. See if you can find what you had on the floor where you had so much support. We're just gonna reach up without taking the head forward or back. Just try to stay right in line and then release the arms back down, hands to heart. Bend your knees and reach up and out and then right back down. Bend your knees one more time. We're gonna reach out and up. We're building our momentum and then bend your knees, take the hands down the hamstrings again and pour it all forward. Inhale, so we're moving through our flow. Come up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, top of a push-up. Your choice, if it feels good, do you want to keep the legs lifted, the knees lifted, or lift the belly and lower your knees? Come down through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, pull back, child's pose. Take a breath here. And then inflate, right? Rebound, energize. Come on into downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the top of your mat, bend your knees, and then runner's lunge, you're gonna step forward. Opposite foot meets the front of the mat, half lift, and deep dive into your center. Inhale, long spine, come all the way up. Inhale, reach for the sky, and hands to heart. Just like that, 2 more rounds. Inhale, linking the breath in the movement, bow, easy knees. Offer your heart, come up halfway. Exhale, plant your heart in your hand, step back, top of a push-up. Inhale, rock forward. Again, lift the belly, lower the knees. Elbows hug the side body on the way down. Come all the way down, lift into cobra. Heads on your spine. Float back through child's pose, hips to heels, curl your toes under, and then downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Just one big breath here. And then step opposite foot to the top of the mat. So maybe your left. And then push off, half lift. Dive back in. And then sweep up and out, reaching for the sky. This time look up towards the sky. And then bring the hands to your heart. Good. Inhale. Let it rise. Pour it out. Easy knees. Half lift. Dive in. Step left leg back. Right leg to meet it. Plank. Lift your core. Lower down. Exhaling all the way down. Cobra. And then float back. Child's pose. Inhale, step forward with your left leg. This time stay in a runner's lunge here. So we're gonna stay on the back knee. If you need, you can always fold the mat over if you need a little more cushion under your knee. And then from here, keep the left hand or left elbow on the thigh. Just circle the right arm. And if it feels better in your body, you could keep the fingertips on the shoulders. Just one big circle. And then plant the right arm. Now you're in a twist, and we're gonna circle the left arm. And if you like, again, you can take the fingertips to the shoulders. Just easy 3 circles. Come back to center. Now you're gonna straighten the back leg, lift it, and walk hand over hand, over hand, over hand towards the center. Bow forward. Now, yogi's choice, you could, again, use the block if you need to build the floor up to meet you. So I'm gonna show that right here, right? So wider, you might need a little more height, yes. Or if you've got this strap, if it feels good to interlace the hands behind your back, or maybe that seems a little congested, perhaps hold onto the strap and then try to pull the strap apart and take the arms overhead. So lightly resting maybe even your head on the strap. So big lift for the hamstrings, release for the low back, and then this opening through the chest to really help you stand tall and connected. Inhale, exhale. If you don't need that block under your head, you can always move it, but kind of nice to give you some grounding. And then the weight of the rib cage is helping to stretch out the low back and relieve any fatigue in the spine itself. Yeah, one more breath. And then exhale, drop the strap off to the side, bend your knees generously, and then walk towards the back of your mat. So now the right leg is our front leg. We're gonna sit down in the lunge. Again, if you need some padding under the knee. And then pull up through the front of the pelvis, drop down through the back of the pelvis, and elbow, right elbow on your thigh. So from here, we just start to circle the arms, circling the chest really, and the shoulder. And then plant the left palm down, lift your left knee. In the twist, we'll circle the right arm. Feel like you're firming the hips together. Maybe fingertips to shoulders. Oh, big circle. Okay. Opening it up. And again, you're gonna walk back towards the left, so towards the front of your mat, yes, and then bow again. This time, maybe you walk your fingertips forward, rest your head. Heavy through the head, neck and shoulders. You might even come to big toe clasp and lift your chest a little bit higher. Yes, there we go. Or if it felt good to use the strap behind your back, option to explore that again. Just opening the chest up. Try to pull the strap apart. And the arms go overhead, any amount. Palms toward you, palms away. Just getting a feel for this release. And then gently let go of the strap and walk hand over hand back toward the front of your mat. Inhale, stepping back, pushing forward as you exhale, lower down. Cobra or walk the hands back, upward facing dog option. Coil back, child's pose, and lifting into down dog. So from here, lift your left leg up high to the sky and then swing it forward, snuggle it through, plant your foot, warrior two base. So we're gonna spin the back heel down. I'm gonna move my block out of the way. And then cartwheel the arms up as you inhale, reaching the arms out, palms up nice and wide. Set up your alignment so the front heel is in line with your back arch. And then from here, palms open. You might scoop the pinky fingers up. It's got kind of party, yeah, pinky fingers up. And you could also take the hands and interlace them behind you, pressing down. Now side swipe your hands clasped to the front of your left hip, maybe even elbow on the left thigh as we lean into this extended side angle variation. Pull the belly in and rotate your chest up to the sky. Drop your chin towards your chest slightly. Roll the chest open even more if you can. And then keep the right arm behind your back, maybe even on your right or your left inner thigh, and then start to straighten the legs toward triangle. So this back hand is peeling the left thigh, open it away from the hip. So you can press down through the right heel of the hand, extend the spine, gazes over your top shoulder or down towards the floor. Notice, does one feel better for your neck, shoulders, and upper back? Good. Inhale, coming up. Release through warrior two. And then cartwheel the arms back down, moving through that rotation of the back foot. Stepping back through vinyasa. Again, you can lower the knees. Cobra, or at this point, walk the hands back perhaps for upward facing dog. And there's this stream of energy under the hips, the thighs, the knees, the shins, all off the floor. And then pull back into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, extend the right leg generously to the sky. Pull the knee in toward your nose, get round, find your core work here, and then kick the foot through the hands. Warrior two, so we're gonna seal the back foot down, front heel to back arch alignment, and then scooping your energy up. Extending the arms out. Again, pinky fingers up, maybe even shaka, hang loose here. Thread energy from your armpit to your fingertips. And then take the hands behind you, interlace. Maybe go for the opposite interlace, whatever feels unfamiliar there. And then you're gonna press the arms down. This may be where you stay. You could also use the strap here if it's hard to get the shoulder blades together. And then side swipe the shape. So we're bringing it around to the right, into the nook of your right hip, heels of the hands moving forward so you can really settle into the right thigh, elbow perhaps in front. If you need to stay up higher, it all counts. It all counts. You're enough. It's all good. Just keep breathing. Rotating your gaze up towards the left shoulder, but tuck your chin slightly. Pull the belly into the back body. Press into your pinky toe edge. One more breath. And then see if you can hand your left fingertips to the right thigh as you straighten the right leg. Press out through the heel of the hand to extend through the underside of the body, and then rotate chest towards the sky. Inhale, looking up, and notice if you look down how that changes things. And does one feel better on your neck, shoulders, jaw? Inhale, pull. Imagine you're pulling the feet together to come on up. Unwind the arms, palms open, warrior two. And then cartwheel on down. So you're gonna spin on the ball of the back foot. And then step back through your plank. Take your flow. Maybe you don't come all the way down this time. You just splash on through the waves into upward facing dog. Let it rock. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Tread it out. Maybe sort of walk it off here. And then slowly stretch the hips to the sky, kick the thigh bones back. Try to press your inner heels down towards the floor. Pick your toes up, kind of spread the toes out, wiggle them out. And then exhale, coming forward, emptying into child's pose. Let it breathe. Take a deep breath or two here. Massage your forehead, maybe on the floor. Kind of wiggle and squirm in your child's pose. And then as you're ready, gently coming up. So coming to seated, and it's enough to sit here, and you might even sit on the block, coming second level if it feels better on your knees, right? So this posture may not be for all of us, but there is a way to sit in it. And finding sort of different than when we sit with our legs turned out in meditation versus sort of streamlining the effort here and squeezing the inner thighs together. So sitting up as tall as you can. And then from here, we're gonna reach the arms out and up. Try to keep your head and your navel, like your chin and your navel in the same line. So there's a tendency to be here, maybe, for me anyway. See if you can pull the navel in and try to draw the reins back on your skull. Inhale and exhale. Now, option to take the arms behind you and either hold onto your elbows or bring the palms toward one another. So you come into reverse prayer, reverse namaste here. Sitting tall. Again, try to bring your skull and your core in the same line. Breathing in, stretch from the tailbone to the crown of the head, one long line of energy. And as you exhale, again, try to pull the reins in on your skull, rein your mind in, pull and plug into your center, and then gently release. Now, option to come up a little higher. You could stay here and maybe even sit lower if that feels better to you. Fingertips come to the floor, puffing the chest up. This is a variation on camel pose and really nice for reset that you could do even at your desk. So if you're on the, you're here, this is us working at the computer, but then just to lean back, even hands on the seat of your chair, and let your heart lift and your head fall back under an imaginary waterfall, right? So this you could do to counterbalance some of the effort of the work of the day, perhaps. So that's enough right there. Take it into your day. Third option is to keep squeezing the feet around the block. Use your own healing hands as massage tools. And then maybe flip your wrists and open up into Ustrasana, a camel pose. Now, if this is dramatic on your head and neck, keep one hand on your head, rest your skull in your hand, and try to really squeeze the block between your feet. Imagine you're squeezing the block between your inner thighs. If you're holding onto your head, keep your head on and try the other hand behind your head as you tip back under the waterfall. If it's feeling good on all fronts, then curl your toes under perhaps. So you bring the heels up to meet you and then walk your hands down to the heels. Try not to sit back in it, but keep the hips and the knees in alignment. Open your heart, one deep breath. Sigh it out. and let the exhale pull your navel in, the reins of the skull. You come back up and then gently release. Come to sit how you're comfortable. And we'll take seated meditation, just 3 deep breaths here. If you want to sit longer and stay, feel free. Otherwise, just noticing how you are seated. Yeah, notice your posture here. Notice if you're posturing in any way. And then open the palms up and just meet the day, meet this moment. Heart open, your head's on straight. And you're open and willing to whatever you meet today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you can carry this presence forward into the rest of your day. I'm Suzy. Take care of you, and we'll breathe together soon.